Shut up and sit down.
I'm AlexofAllTrades, and this is the PostView review for Thor Ragnarok. Straight out of the gate, an 8 out of 10. Spoilers. Finally, there's a good Thor movie. It was obvious the whole way through that everyone was having a blast, and the audience was in on the fun. Thor now has the lion's share of good villains versus the other Marvel heroes, because while Malekith was a stinker, you've got to admit that Loki and Hela are far better than any of the other villains we've seen. Both Hiddleston and Blanchett knocked it out of the park like they usually do. Blanchett was just so amazing, and some of her lines were laugh-out-loud hilarious, as when she was first in the vault, or when she was explaining what an executioner was to Sturge. And Karl Urban? God, his introduction was so funny, but he had so many shots where he had no lines, but conveyed so much. So few actors could successfully portray him, but Urban kills it in every scene. I almost wish that we could see more of both of them. Ruffalo gives such great reactions throughout the whole movie, even as the Hulk, and I'm so glad for the lighter side of Thor. We see him so much more clearly in this movie than we did before. I'm so happy they decided to cut loose with his depiction, because Hemsworth is such a good comedic actor. We also get to see some great little moments of characterization, such as when Loki learns Thor and Jane broke up, and Thor is trying to pass it off as mutual. Loki is actually patting him on the back. Then there's his little smile when Thor tells the story of the trick Loki played on them when they were kids. The first 10 minutes of the film manages to pump the audience up, set up the story, and characterize Sturge. All of that before the title screen. That's how you start an action movie. The cameos are also well done. Doctor Strange is obviously in a scene and is awesome. He was always more powerful than the gods of Asgard, so I was glad to see how easy it was for him to mess with them. But his introduction is an issue because he could easily solve all of Thor's problems in this movie, which other YouTube reviewers have pointed out. Other cameos included Chris Hemsworth's older brother, who was on Westworld with Tessa Thompson and Anthony Hopkins, and Sam Neill, and the king of the uncredited cameo, Matt Damon. Other supporting cast, Thompson and Goldblum, were great. I love the scene between these two, and the use of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory's song Pure Imagination, and the callback to the scary boat ride sequence after the song. Well, the director has admitted to Big Trouble in Little China, along with several other films being an influence on this movie. I feel like there is some Army of Darkness in there too. The only other issue with the movie is the constant use of electricity to take Thor out, because while his title is God of Thunder, he's really the God of Lightning. Don't try to fanboy it up by saying it must be something else. There's no explanation in this movie, which means there is no answer for why Thor is susceptible to a little bit of electricity. Overall though, an amazing movie, totally worth everyone's time. This was PostView Review, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a like, share, subscribe, click that bell, visit my blog at empatheticwriter.wordpress.com, and follow me on Patreon for exclusive content and a shout out on a video. Merch. Yeah! Check out my new shop at cafepress.com/AlexofAllTrades for all kinds of products with my face on them.